Oi, oi, oi. Think it's recording. New camera. I'm so excited. I got the Sony Action Cam, the cheapest one they got for like $200. I got a GoPro. It was shit. I didn't like how you couldn't take it out of the case, and so the sound quality was just like really inconvenient. This one, it doesn't stand up on its own without the case, but at least you can take this front trapdoor off, and so the mic's actually exposed. If you got this thing in the case, the sound quality is like basically not there. You got to be like screaming to actually pick up anything. But you know, it functions like a GoPro, and it's a goddamn good camera. Anyway, sitting in the office / bedroom. Welcome, welcome. Oh, the picture quality is good. Just first video with the new camera. Compassion will change everything. So do what you can. I just want to impart that to my viewers today. Just, you know, imagine like think about all the biggest problems in the world, the things that are really like pissing us off. Pollution, yeah, that's the number one biggest, and we know, you know, we can only reduce it at this point for the most part, or most of us can only reduce our pollution as opposed to eliminate it altogether. But you know, I mean, going vegan is like the single biggest thing you can do to do that. That and like, you know, throwing your garbage in the fucking proper receptacle, you know, not letting it just float out into the ocean. I think that would be a big one. And just eliminating like plastic from your life altogether would be nice. But anyway, all the biggest problems in the world, they're being caused by just greedy people, right? Like the 1%, we want to blame a lot of it on them. And I know, you know, most of us are awake enough to realize that we can't just blame all our problems on other people. We have to actually take action, and we all know that. But still, it's kind of true. Like, these greedy corporations are, you know, they got all this money, and all they want is more of it for themselves and stuff like that. And we could be putting our money in like actually helping society, but we don't really have much of a model for doing that. I mean, hunger is hardly even looked at. There's like 28,000 kids in the world today that are going to die because they don't have enough food. Tomorrow, another 28,000. Next day after that, another 28,000 children dead of starvation. And that doesn't need to be happening. So this is the biggest problem. You know, pollution, yeah, our planet we got to take care of, but our people we got to take care of first. And how are we going to be able to do that? I mean, you and me, I don't know. When I see a hungry person on the street, I make sure they eat. It's not that hard, but I don't see a lot of hungry people around me because I live in a pretty well-off area. So what can we do, you know? I donate a little bit of money here and there. Yeah, I do what I can. I still have like money problems. I got bills to pay and stuff. So I pray. You know, but I don't just pray to God. Like, nothing wrong with God, but that's not like exactly how it works. Like, pray practically. That's my advice to people who pray. Pray practically. Make practice out of your prayer. So take action on what you want to do. It's good to talk to God if you believe in God. If you don't, like, good on you. Perfectly smart for not believing in God. It's just an idea. It's just a philosophy for me. For other people, it's an imaginary bullcrap fucking, you know, man in the sky. So I understand why you want to argue against God. Anyway, live your life as a prayer. Live a spiritual life in in that you actually follow your prayers with action. So you want kids not to starve. You got to pray for compassion in the world, for giving. And the best way to pray for compassion and forgiving, for most of us, I mean, compassion can be practiced in every single second of your life. We all know this. Like, when we're thinking about other people, we can always do it more compassionately. There's never like, oh, this is compassionate, this is not. There's always just you can exponentially increase your compassion in every moment of your life to any degree. But here's the biggest thing you can do, and you can do it right now without even thinking about it, is you can go vegan and you can become a vegan activist. It really works. Because when you get people thinking more compassionately, you start thinking more compassionately. And we just bring more compassion to the world if you're a vegan. So, I mean, it's plain and simple. There's not like any funky dynamics to this. This isn't like a complex strategy, but it's so fucking effective. I don't get why people aren't doing it. It's just so effective. I don't know, yeah, people like have these like complex ideas about how to make the world a better place, and it's like, yeah, like talk to me about those things, promote those things, but like don't just like ignore the obvious and not be like trying to promote compassion for all these fucking starving kids right now. Right now. These kids are like, give me food right the fuck now. Like, sustainable design's important. Yeah, we got to be doing that. But we need funding for it. Compassion will help with that. Corporate compassion and actually having a vision for the world that we can all agree on. But right now, at this very moment, you could be saving lives. And you could be like increasing people's consciousness big time. When somebody hears, like when a stranger finds out I'm vegan, they're like, what the fuck? They're like, lots of people don't even know what that means. It's like, this movement needs way, way more exposure to even be like regarded as something that we've considered already. Whether it goes or it doesn't go, full circle and become like a global awakening. It needs a lot more exposure, and people just need to get more educated. Like people talking about protein and stuff. It's like, okay, well, wait a minute. If you don't even realize that like veganism is safe and healthy, you can't really talk. Like people will be like, oh, vegans like bad because blah 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 blah. And I'm like, interesting. I'll think about because they got like some ideas here and there, and I'll consider it. And then they'll say something about like protein or like, you gotta watch, like, be careful of your nutrients, and it's like, oh, wait a minute, maybe you're just actually afraid that you're not getting, proper nutrition, and so you're like basing all these ideologies off of just fear, fear of inadequate nutrition because you're eating a plant-based diet, and so, yeah, we just need to educate. That's what I'm here for. I'm going to school to be a dietitian right now. I'm just in my first year. It's gonna take like the better part of a decade. I mean, to me, like, I can go to chronometer.com. I'll put a link in the description and, like, find that I'm getting all my nutrients just fine. And it's, like, not an issue, but some people just aren't educated. So, anyway, I'm going to school for it. And, I don't know how much I'm going to learn. I'm sure I'm going to learn a lot, but mostly it's going to be about getting this message out. That's what my education is going to be all about. It's going to be about getting people to eat properly so we can conserve resources and save human lives. That's the biggest thing. There's health, there's, ethics, animal cruelty, stuff like that. You don't want to, like, be killing stuff. There's the environment. Those are the main 3 reasons to go vegan. And then there's human starvation on top of all that. So, it's like this whole spectrum of compassion that can... I'm not saying vegan is going to make everybody very, very compassionate people. It doesn't just work like that. I know meat eaters who are like extremely fucking compassionate, but you got to consider it as an option. I mean, like, not just consider it as an option. Fucking do it. Fucking do it. Like, it's just, how else are we... It's such desperate times we're in right now. I mean, I don't want to be like doing this whole fear campaign thing, but it's such desperate times. We really need like an awakening, a global awakening right now. And man, I live on like potatoes and beans and oatmeal right now. Sweet potatoes. I feel the best that I ever have in my entire life. I'm eating more nutrient dense food than I ever have. And, you know, just, it's so easy to, like, stay slim, all that jazz. Fucking can't believe I destroyed my body for 21 years. And I still got a lot of work to do anyway. But, it's a great lifestyle, you know? What have you got to lose? Just, I mean, like, the difference is, like, here I'm sitting in my car, you know, a little frown on my face, and I'm just, like, listening to music, frustrated about life. Or, like, you just get this energy, like, when you eat, like, super duper fucking clean, like, fruits and vegetables, just fruits and vegetables, you just get this, like, insane boost of energy that's just, you're, like, every second you feel like you're saving the world, man. You know, like, that's pretty cool. That's a desirable feeling. That's the way I want to live my life. I just had some, like, greasy fucking Thai food. That was the greasiest meal I've had in a long time. It was like, I think that might have been, like, oh man, the greasiest meal I've had since I've been a vegan. But, you know, I eat clean, like, I eat, like, you know, whole foods, 100% whole foods, like, most of the time. Like, at least 90% of the time. So, you know, one junk food vegan meal isn't the end of it. And plus, I, like, went into the restaurant, and I was like, can you, like, do vegan? And they're like, oh yeah, we can do anything vegan. And I was like, oh, cool. So, you know, it was nice that they kind of looked at me like, oh, here's a vegan, you know, and they're positive about it. Anyway, just do the lifestyle. Do this lifestyle. It's fucking awesome. It really is fucking awesome. Just for creating compassion in the world. Yeah. Just to recap all this mumbo jumbo. We can create more compassion, but we gotta do what we can. The world needs a lot more compassion than there is right now. It needs a lot more compassion than there is right now. So, just do what you can. It really adds up. Going vegan is like this immense fucking tool for that. And another thing is, like, when you're vegan and you're a vegan activist, it forces you to be the best that you can be, because people are so critical of you. It's really actually kind of helpful. You get a lot of hate, but the hate kind of just fuels you, actually. Like, you just think, it forces you to think harder and to just be compassionate, because you don't just decide, like, oh, that person, you know, you don't give up on people if you're a real activist. If somebody, like, calls you just a motherfucker, and they're just like, you suck, like, stop trying to push your beliefs on me, and if they call, just, like, make you feel bad, you're not gonna, like, give up on that person. I don't give up on anybody. I think, like, every single person has the potential to, like, live way healthier as a vegan. Everybody I know, at least. So, yeah, it forces you to just, like, live the healthiest life you can, so you can be a good example, which is cool. You know, we're not all, health is not always an intrinsic motivator. You need that extrinsic factor too. Yeah, okay, I guess I'll leave it at that. Thanks for watching, if you actually did watch this, and I will post more videos soon. Peace, y'all.